Hey everyone, we're diving into a topic today that's close to my heart, the psychological weaknesses that women face. Join me as we dive deep into these 10 psychological weaknesses and see if I can uncover some surprising truths along the way. So let's get started. Let's talk about the fear of being single. It's a topic that often gets brushed aside, but it's more common than we think. This isn't just about wanting someone to share Netflix nights with or having a companion for social events. It's about the pressure society places on women, particularly as we get older, to couple up, to find the one. This pressure can come from family, friends, and even the media, constantly reminding us that being single is somehow not enough. This fear can be so deeply ingrained that we don't even realize it's driving our choices. We might find ourselves making decisions based on this fear, rather than what truly makes us happy. We settle for less than we deserve, staying in relationships that no longer serve us, simply to avoid the perceived stigma of being alone. This can lead to a cycle of unhappiness and dissatisfaction. And the thing is, when we live in fear of being single, we miss out on the incredible opportunity to cultivate a relationship with the most important person in our lives, ourselves. Being single allows us to explore our interests, passions, and dreams without compromise. It's about reclaiming the narrative, understanding that our worthiness isn't tied to our relationship status. Embracing singlehood can be empowering, giving us the freedom to grow and evolve on our own terms. So, let's shift the focus from fear to self-love and personal growth. We all crave validation to some extent, but for many women, this need for external validation runs deep, shaping our actions, our choices, and ultimately, our sense of self-worth. We look to others to tell us we're good enough, pretty enough, successful enough. But here's the thing. Relying on external validation is like building a house on rented land. It's temporary, unstable, and leaves us feeling empty when those likes and compliments fade away. This chapter is about shifting our focus inward, about cultivating self-acceptance and self-love. Remember, you are enough just as you are. We all have that inner voice, the one that whispers doubts and insecurities in our ear. It often starts as a small, almost imperceptible whisper, but can grow louder and more persistent over time. But for many women, this negative self-talk becomes a relentless critic, chipping away at our self-esteem and holding us back from living full and joyful lives. It can manifest in various aspects of our daily routine, from our professional endeavors to our personal relationships. We tell ourselves we're not good enough, smart enough, or thin enough. These thoughts can become so ingrained that they start to feel like undeniable truths, shaping our self-image and our actions. This constant barrage of negativity can be paralyzing, leading to anxiety, depression, and a deep sense of unworthiness. It can make even the simplest tasks feel overwhelming and can rob us of our motivation and joy. This chapter is about recognizing the power of our thoughts and learning how to challenge and reframe negative self-talk. By becoming aware of these patterns, we can start to take control and shift our mindset. It's about becoming aware of the stories we tell ourselves and choosing to rewrite them with kindness and compassion. We can learn to replace harsh self-criticism with supportive and encouraging thoughts. Start by noticing the negative thoughts without judgment. Acknowledge them, but don't let them define you. With practice, you can cultivate a more positive and nurturing inner dialogue, leading to a more fulfilling and empowered life. Chapter 4. Fear of Failure, the Silent Dream Killer. We all experience fear, but for many women, the fear of failure can be debilitating, preventing us from pursuing our passions, taking risks, and ultimately, living our lives to the fullest. We're afraid of making a mistake, of looking foolish, of disappointing others. So we play it safe, staying within our comfort zones even when our hearts yearn for something more. This chapter is about recognizing that failure is not the opposite of success. It's a stepping stone. It's through our setbacks and mistakes that we learn, grow, and discover our resilience. It's about having the courage to try, to put ourselves out there, even when we're afraid. Chapter 5. The Illusion of Control and the Cult of Perfectionism. In a world that often feels chaotic and unpredictable, it's natural to crave a sense of control. But for many women, this need for control can become an obsession, leading to perfectionism, anxiety, and an inability to truly relax and enjoy life. We strive for flawlessness in all areas of our lives, our careers, our relationships, our homes, even our appearance. This chapter is about recognizing that perfection is an illusion, a mythical destination that we'll never reach. It's about letting go of the need to control every aspect of our lives and embracing the beauty of imperfection. Chapter 6. Breaking free from the chains of societal expectations. From a young age, women are bombarded with messages about who they should be, how they should look, and what they should value. These societal expectations can be suffocating, leading to feelings of inadequacy, anxiety, and a constant pressure to conform. This chapter is about recognizing the insidious nature of these expectations and learning to challenge and reject the ones that don't serve us. It's about defining success, happiness, and fulfillment on our own terms, not by society's narrow and often contradictory standards. It's time to break free from these chains, to shed the weight of these expectations and embrace our unique individuality. Chapter 7. We live in a world that often tells women to be nice, to be agreeable, to suppress their emotions, especially anger, sadness, or any display of vulnerability. From a young age, girls are often taught to smile, to be polite, and to avoid making waves. This societal expectation can be incredibly stifling and damaging. But this emotional suppression comes at a cost. It's not just about hiding a few tears or biting back a harsh word. It's about the long-term impact on mental health and well-being. When we constantly push down our true feelings, we create an internal pressure cooker. When we bottle up our emotions, they don't just disappear. They fester and grow, leading to anxiety, depression, and a disconnection from our authentic selves. This disconnection can make us feel isolated, even when we are surrounded by people. It can make us feel like we are living a lie, unable to be our true selves. This chapter is about recognizing the importance of acknowledging and expressing our emotions in a healthy and constructive way. It's about understanding that our feelings are valid and that expressing them is not a sign of weakness, but of strength. It's about creating a space where we can be vulnerable, where we can share our fears, our insecurities, and our joys without fear of judgment or rejection. This space can be with friends, family, or even within a support group or therapy session. It's about having the courage to be vulnerable, to let down our guard, and to connect with others on a deeper, more meaningful level. By doing so, we not only heal ourselves, but also inspire others to do the same. We create a ripple effect of authenticity and emotional freedom. Chapter 8. Beyond people-pleasing, reclaiming your power. Many women are raised to be caregivers, to prioritize the needs of others above their own. While this nurturing quality is admirable, it can also lead to a pattern of people-pleasing, where we constantly seek validation and approval from others at the expense of our own well-being. This chapter is about recognizing the patterns of people-pleasing and learning to set healthy boundaries. It's about reclaiming our power, our voice, and our right to prioritize our own needs and desires. Remember, saying no to what doesn't serve you creates space for you to say yes to what truly matters. Chapter 9. Rediscovering you, healing from loss of personal identity. In the whirlwind of societal expectations, relationships, and career demands, it's easy for women to lose sight of their own identities. We become so caught up in the roles we play, wife, mother, employee, that we forget who we are at our core. This chapter is about recognizing the signs of a lost identity and embarking on a journey of rediscovery. It's about reconnecting with our passions, our values, and our dreams. Remember, your identity is not defined by your roles or your relationships. Chapter 10. The transformative power of vulnerability. We've been taught to believe that vulnerability is a weakness, something to be hidden away and avoided at all costs. But the truth is, vulnerability is the birthplace of connection, creativity, and joy. It's the willingness to let down our guard, to be our authentic selves even when it's scary. This chapter is about creating a safe space where we can explore the transformative power of vulnerability. It's about recognizing that true strength lies not in pretending to be perfect, but in having the courage to be real. Embracing our authentic selves, a journey of growth and self-discovery. In conclusion, understanding these 10 psychological weaknesses is crucial for personal growth, self-awareness, and building stronger relationships. It's about recognizing the ways in which societal expectations, ingrained beliefs, and our own fears can hold us back from living full and authentic lives. By recognizing these vulnerabilities, we can break free from societal pressures, people-pleasing, and our need for control. Thank you for joining me on this journey of exploration and self-discovery.